I'm very pleased to announce an old colleague of mine, so we worked together some years ago. Matthias Lang, head of SAP from UMB. Please join me on stage. Matthias, so great to see you here again.
Thanks for being here. Thanks a lot, Bernd.
Oh,
you want to see that?
I really like your shirt. For the non-German speakers, it means time for. That means we are bringing you time with Avantra, right? And give us a little bit back now.
That's our message. That's our message. Creating time for our customer and for us itself.
Okay. Please, Matthias, take a seat. Yeah, it's been quite a long time ago, right? Over 20 years, 25 actually, when we've been working together at Roche pharmaceutical company. I was a very young technical consultant, and I was thinking, Matthias already quite experienced at that time.
That's true. That was the time that I moved from Roche Vitamin to Roche Pharma. You worked already there. And now we sit here together like Waldorf and Stadler in the Muppet Show. And that time, I can remember, it was easy. You started with creating sexy tools and scripts so that we have to bring down the monkey work a little bit. It was really, really a nice time for that.
Yeah, at this time you got mails to import transport number XY to the system, right? And as you say, I got annoyed by it, so I started writing scripts so they could do it themselves. That was quite nice, when doing 3 times the same, it started to it annoys us all at Avantra, then automating it, of course. That's true. Now, UMB, Matthias, you're doing quite well at UMB, because I hear you've been enterprise, or employer of the year several times in a row in Switzerland.
True, Bernd, true. What you are talking is a great place to work. We managed that we was the first or the best employer in Switzerland 5 times in follow, and the last time also in Europe. That's really a message, and that's the reason why we are so motivated under the pressure.
Wow, and who selects you as best employer in Europe? What's the process? The process is we have to collect a couple of questions. We have to give the information. We have, of course, it's a simple question. You don't need a letter from the doctor. Everybody has a table that goes up and down. We have to look to the employee, and I guess that's the most important part. Okay, and you're around 1,000 people now, right? Today we have. It's important. Maybe you know that UMB is now a daughter from Berner Kraftwerke, so BKW, and we have at the moment nearly 1,000 employees. That's a huge number, and important is I forgot now. In the SAP space, you are 30 people, right? Your space, head of SAP at UMB. My team is now around 30 persons, and together we have 500 years SAP experience and much more in the IT environment. So the team, it's really a cool team on 3 locations. This is what we have today. Perfect. So let us continue to talk a little bit about Avantra at UMB, right? For how long are you running Avantra now? Avantra is running in the environment of the UMB since 2016. So UMB ordered or bought a company. It's called Coast. We started for the first time into the area SAP with a couple of customers, and it was the basic monitoring implemented, nothing more. In 2019, it was the team coming from my company, the New Vision Consulting GmbH,
and we grow up to 35 customers. And we bought also the monitoring from that area. And on that time was then the question, which one is the right monitoring tool? It took around 2 years for changing the strategy that we are going to Avantra, did the rollout, and now we have around 2.5, nearly 3 years, collected the experience in that area, and we are going now, I think, into the next area to earn also the benefits of the automation. So that's the next wave that we are going to that way.
Okay, so that's great. You started with monitoring as basically a lot of our customers. Meanwhile, we have as well customers who buy us because of the automation piece, right? I always like both together. I think both is automation. Now, how would you describe does Avantra help you run efficiently and securely? I mean, efficiency is important nowadays, right? You have, let's call it in Switzerland, quite expensive labor force. Yeah, and what's the business value you have with Avantra?
Okay, what I can say is, for us, it's important that the Avantra monitoring is the central component in our environment. So it starts the escalation process, and it gives up the information of the overview from the system, from each customer. We use the system copy more and more, so we go far away from the hands-on session, start the script, make other works during the runtime, and the quality at the end, it's always the same because it's a script behind. It's already implemented, and we go more and more to implement this. The second one is the security nodes. Here we provide the information also to the customer. So it's not only the basic stuff for us interesting, it's also the additional information, the benefit for the customer to share the information and to be sure that they start also to implement the security nodes, not only SAP part, it's also the application part. And the most important part that we earned a lot of hours today is the SLA report.
Okay.
What we did, we did the configuration of the report, which KPI is in the report. This was on our standard, and we did then the rollout of them. And today, it's easy to schedule a job in Avantra, to have the PDF form. For us, it's more. We implemented this as a full process, and each file is at the end on the SharePoint of the customer side on the right place. So nobody is typing one finger in this process. It's automated, and I will say we save in a month around 60 hours for only this little part. And of course, we don't forget the kernel upgrade. That's important. It's easy to schedule the kernel upgrade, and the system creates and reports back the information. System is up and running.
Okay, so if I summarize it, Avantra brings as well a lot of, let's call it, transparency for your customers, right? So that's really a great feedback for us. Yeah, I hear as well the hot news, security news is quite important for you, right? So you tell your customers, and you can go prepared in these conversations your staff members have, so your service staff members have with your customers, right?
Yeah. That's true. Before we did this with Avantra, it was one person has a job to evaluate and select all the necessary nodes, which kind of hard work this can be.
Yeah.
At the end, is this node not relevant because the infrastructure is not fitting the situation? Today, it's completely automated. We send out the report. We share this report with the customer. And what we have to organize is, at that point, only the time for implementing the node or a patch set or whatever. Depends of the content of the nodes.
Okay. Let us talk a little bit about the integration integrations you've got, right? It's all everywhere the same. I would say 100% of our customers have integrated to some sort of ITSM, ITOM solution. So especially at managed service providers, that's quite important. But all our enterprise customers have this as well. Let us talk a little bit about the integrations you've got. So where does Avantra send data to in your environment?
For us, it was important that we goes transparent into the customer. That means each warning or critical message opens a ticket in Avantra, and sometimes we get a warning, and 5 minutes later it's closed, and this information is in the ticket, and the ticket is then also automatically closed. Okay. The benefit of them is that we can give all the nice reports out of ServiceNow to the customer that helps the service delivery manager and makes both sides really happy on that side.
And you're actually using several ServiceNow integrations, one to your own and one into a client, a client instance of ServiceNow, right?
We implemented this multiple ServiceNow connection. That's true. One of ours, of course, and one of the customer side, especially for the information business job monitoring. So this is not interesting for us on the basic side, but it's for the customer helping, and he needs the information, and there is also as well in the own ServiceNow database reported.
Okay. Would you say you you live from new customers, you want to win your customers, that this would give you a competitive advantage for your business?
I think yes, it is. This is a benefit that we give the customer, and they are really happy about them and can provide internally also other service to the employees internally.
Okay, okay. Maybe one last question on Avantra. One time you showed me this and I really liked it a lot, so I need to ask about it. You as well allow your customers to run certain automations, don't you?
We do that. It is a really nice situation. The problem was this special customer started with a lot of development in the Java environment. Why ever? This developer guy needs a lot of restarts of the system. Before we told if we are doing it 2 times, 3 times, we think then to make the automation out of them. The situation is this customer has the dashboard, and it was easy to activate this single button to restart some development systems. And today it's
very cool.
The situation, he is going to that button, press the system. We get the message that the system is going into the maintenance, makes the restart, then was the learning. We have to wait 13 seconds, something like that. And the system is going in the startup process, system is checked and going into the normal business process. That helps in this case. Before it was a lot of communication. When can we start the system? Create manually the maintenance, and this is automated. It is the one single button and nothing more. And this is really nice. And this guy likes, of course, because he is not in the situation that he has to wait for this single service.
Okay, perfect. One last question, Matthias. You heard the announcement from SAP CEO Christian Klein, right?
Yeah.
About innovations will only be available, or future innovations, let's call it like this, will only be available for customers with a RISE contract, right? What would you say, how does this affect your business?
First of all, it's not an easy question. And I will split them the first time on a personal side, so my personal feeling. And this is, I cannot understand this producer rips off the partner's business, basically. This is from the ethic point of view, not a clear solution. The other point is, I'm happy that I have the company in Switzerland. We have a lot of customers. They are still interested on the on-prem solution. we are flexible on that side. We bring the support. We have the Hey Joe. They like to take up the phone and say, Hey Joe, can we? And we make everything possible. And the last point maybe is that the innovation part. It's clear SAP is going to the cloud and say you get all the innovation on that channel. It's not true today. You can also buy this kind of innovation for other producer, and can you buy a license for an add-on and earn on that side as well improvements.
Yeah, so basically saying SAP customers have more options these days,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you
today, Matthias. Really appreciate your time, and I can tell you, we at Avantra will try our very best to give you some time back with maybe some features in our latest release. We will see a little later.
Okay.